Blessed day, colleagues, to our professor, Dr. Alan Paulo Blaquera. My name is Jeremiah Jairo Manalaysay, along with my partner, Ms. Jovelyn S. Jagan Cabano. This is MSN 202 Nursing Informatics. Now, we will be discussing point of care technology and systems development lifecycle. Now, just a brief background here and a basic explanation. Um, in nursing informatics or point of care testing, basically these are mobile and portable technology convenient for the end user. This technology is applicable to all line of business, especially in the field of medicine, specifically in the field of nursing. Now, allowing the end users or us nurses to render care in a more holistic and tech-savvy sense. Now, in simplified terms, systems development lifecycle is a process where POCT is applied in a more systematic sense. This allows nurses to become confident in any medical tech to provide a more accurate patient outcome. Now, our next slide here shows the generic systems development lifecycle model. It starts with planning, analysis, design, implementation, and testing, evaluation and support, and goes back to planning. Now, the first slide of our presentation here under systems development lifecycle is conceptualization and planning. Now, they say that necessity is the father of invention. It is really difficult to address a need if there is no available solution. Reason why biomedical companies innovate to help the need for better patient outcomes. Now, next slide here we have is designing or the system design. not all uh, not all of us are technologically able or techy as we know it. Reason why systems must be user friendly to the end user. Now, working the job as a nurse is already difficult itself. We carry out the doctor's orders, we do holistic bedside care, we prepare and administer ordered medications, even addressing patient concerns like adjusting the AC, fixing their TVs. I even told my patient one time, ma'am, sir, pasensya na, hindi po kasi tinuro sa nursing school yan. But I will do my best to address your concern. Now, what I'm trying to say is that the tools utilized during nursing care must not add to the burden. Now, next step here, or the next slide here, is showing the development and testing. According to Google, there are two types of testing. The first one is the alpha testing. Alpha testing happens internally by the development team. This is where the systems developers or the product developers test their own product. Second is the beta testing. Beta testing happens in the systems development lifecycle before the product release. These are part of the software development lifecycle. Now, perfect example here is for those iOS users, Apple users. Whenever you update your phone, you would see there under the terms and conditions, it says they're beta testing. This is also a part where product developers or systems developers collate data. I'm gonna explain this further on our next slide. Now we have here the implementation. Again, like what I mentioned earlier under beta testing is the pilot testing. This is the product is deployed for end users to enjoy the product, to see what's the benefit of updating their product. Also, this is the phase where systems developers collate data for improvement of the product. Example here is when you update your phone into a specific iOS, you would see their beta testing, also see their fixes bugs or glitches. That is where product developers already collated data from the previous update. Now, next slide we have here is the deployment and maintenance. Now, deployment and maintenance basically is the part where beta testers or again end users utilize the product or software as I mentioned earlier. Now, as nurses, we utilize any biomedical equipment for patient care. And we try to compare the automated information from manual information. A specific example here, or a good example here, is using a cardiac monitor to obtain the patient's vital signs versus using a manual sphygmomanometer or the BP apparatus. Now, while using the biomedical device, it is important to collect feedback, jot down any information related to the system's functionality. Again, this is key concept by the product developers to enhance or to improve their product. Now again, maintenance is also a key element in systems development lifecycle. This makes sure that systems are up to date and within optimum performance. According to Saba and McCormick way back 2021, regular updates and maintenance are necessary to ensure that POC system remains functional and within regulatory requirements. Now, our next slide here is evaluation and improvement. Again, like what I mentioned in the previous slides, evaluation is where all end users provide feedback to the system that they are using. This is important to make sure that all biomedical devices are performing properly within optimum performance and is proving accurate information. Any flaw in the system may cause harm to the patient or to the end user. So all feedback and collected data are used in improving system for future use. Now for the next slide here, this is a specific case study conducted, which will be discussed by my partner, Ms. Jovelyn De Cabano. Ma'am, you can take the floor na po.
A wonderful and a productive day to us, especially to Sir Alan Paulo Laquera. I will be discussing the case study sample in the implementation of point-of-care technology using the systems development lifecycle in nursing. In this case study sample, we will be using point-of-care barcode medication administration system that allows nurses to scan both patient wristbands and medication at the bedside. Significantly, it will improve healthcare delivery by enabling real-time data sharing, enhancing patient engagement, and supporting clinical decision-making. The system's development lifecycle frameworks guides the development and implementation of this system to ensure seamless integration, usability, and data security. The first phase is the planning and needs assessment. It will identify the clinical, operational, and patient needs for integrating point of care technology. In this space, stakeholders such as clinicians, IT staff, administrators, and patients should be involved to define objectives. In this space, it will include the early engagement with nurses during the planning phase, ensure that the new system address actual clinical needs that making it more likely to succeed. Next slide will be the second phase. The second phase is the system design. It will include the user-centered design. That design should focus on ease of use for clinicians, patients, and administrators. In this process, involving nursing staff in the design phase led to a user-friendly interface, minimizing resistance to adoption and making the system intuitive to use. The third one is the development and testing. Dito pumapasok yung validation and verification. Thorough testing is essential to verify that data is accurately captured and integrated into the electronic health record. Testing the system in a real-world setting allowed for timely identification and correction of issues before full implementation, reducing the risk of systems failures later on. The next slide will be the fourth phase in the system development lifecycle is the implementation phase. Dito pumapasok sa implementation is the pilot testing. Before full deployment, it will conduct a pilot testings of the integrated POC systems in clinical settings. And dito rin pumapasok yung training and support to provide comprehensive training for all stakeholders. It will provide adequate training and support during implementation that crucial for ensuring the smooth adoption and reducing initial user frustration. The last but not the least phase is the maintenance and continuous improvement. Regular system updates and maintenance are essential to ensure the POC systems remain functional and compliant with evolving regulation. And after full implementation, evaluate the integrated POC systems impact on clinical workflows, patient outcomes, and data accuracy. Continuous improvement ensured that the system remain effective and adapted to evolving clinical needs, maintaining nurse satisfaction and system performance over time. Next slide are the outcomes of the case study sample. First is the reduction in medication errors. In reduction in medication errors, the hospital reported a significant reduction in medication administration's errors, improving patient safety. Next is the increased efficiency. Nurses spend less time documenting and more time providing direct patient care. And third is improve compliance. Using the barcode scanning, it will ensure that medication were documented correctly and improve compliance with regulatory standards. Next slide is the conclusion of point-of-care technology and systems development lifecycle in nursing informatics. In conclusion, point-of-care technology integrated through the systems development lifecycles plays a transformative role in nursing informatics by improving clinical workflows, enhancing patient safety, and ensuring more accurate and timely documentation. The systems development lifecycle provides a structured paced approach from planning and system design to implementation, evaluation, and continuous improvement like Sergey a while ago that ensures technology solutions are aligned with the clinical needs of nurses and patients. The key aspects of the systems development life cycle, such as involving end users as nurses in the early stages, and focusing on user-centered design, are essential for developing technology that is both effective and user-friendly. The continuous feedback loop inherent in the system's development lifecycle also allows for ongoing adjustments, ensuring the point-of-care technology evolves in response to changing clinical demands and regulatory requirements. Next slide is the life lesson drawn from point-of-care technology and the systems development life cycle in nursing informatics is the importance of adaptability and continuous learning. Just as the healthcare environment rapidly evolves with technologies, life often requires us to adapt to change and embrace lifelong learning. And our references for the presentations are shown. And that would be the end of our presentations. Good day and God bless.